Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitch when we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take it, shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I'll never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me murder it.
Alright, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Brooklyn's Balance. You guys said you needed that balance, and we are here to give that to you. Today, you are sitting here with me, your host, Miss Meekz, and to my right...
What's up, y'all? I'm Dee.
What's up, y'all? I'm Kim.
What it do we do? I'm Kenya.
Already starting light-skinned people. I ain't even get to the left side.
First of all,
go ahead.
It's your boy Q Dizzle in the Hizzle.
Period.
Feel me?
Oh boy! Today we're having a conversation about colorism, as most of us little ghetto people call it, light skin versus dark skin. So the first couple of things that I want to touch on in this episode, we are not here to get up here and debate and bash each other. It's just to have a healthy conversation about things that we have went through, maybe things that you guys are going through, and maybe this will stop us from doing all that light skin, dark skin, brown skin stuff. All right. Anybody want to start it off, or y'all want me to start it? Nobody got no stories? Oh, me, give it to me. All right, so the first thing I want to say, I'm definitely team dark skin. One of the biggest things that I went through growing up, especially in high school, fuck Edward R. Murrow, but shout out to Edward R. Murrow. A lot of niggas that hit me up now, I guess, that I had crushes on, they all in my inbox. Y'all look like Trick Daddy. Let me put that out there right now. Everybody was like, oh, you know, she's too dark. She's not cute for a dark-skinned girl, or so on and so forth. Has anybody went through situations like that?
Most definitely. You get the, like, you know, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, or like for a dark-skinned girl, you know, you kind of move like this, and that's supposed to be different.
It's such a backhanded compliment.
Right, I'm like, okay, thanks. Like,
But where the hell they get that from? Like, where do you get, okay, well, you look like this for a dark-skinned person and a light-skinned person? I feel like, honestly, that's something that's learned, but we definitely didn't learn that in school, but that's something they learned at home. Like, predominantly, my family, my background, half my family is from the South. My mother's side of the family is also Spanish, so everybody's light-skinned. My father's side of the family, everybody's dark-skinned, and they're Caribbean. Me and my sister, we like night and day. When people see that, they like, oh, you adopted? Like, I thought that was the rudest thing ever. Especially when they see my mother. If you've seen my mother's the Kenna's complexion. And anytime we walk outside, people would say things like that. That used to bother me a lot growing up, but now, I don't even care. Everybody be trying to talk to me now. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I have preferences now.
Because it's ignorance.
it is.
That's all it was.
Anybody did that with y'all being light skinned?
Well, for me, when I was growing up, I was in predominantly like it was a black school, granted, but like everybody was darker skinned, and I'm just like, okay, and it was like me and very few people who were light skinned until the school started like getting more students. I don't know how you call it, but like
Started being multicultural.
yeah,
They call it.
Like every time I went to class, or every time it was something in school, I tried to make friends. They always like, oh, you're not black, you're light skinned, and it's like every day I had to prove my blackness, and I was like, why do I need to prove?
But it's not like you was white and had to prove
That's
it.
the thing. And then I was very confused because I'm just like, I don't understand why I need to prove anything. Like, if I'm telling you I'm black, why does it have to refer to my skin tone? Like, granted, I'm fully aware, like, light-skinned people and dark-skinned people definitely go through their, like, separate shit. But it's like, what? I never had to prove anything. And it was like, why do you feel like I need to prove anything to you? Or what did I do to make you feel that way? Because then I was a quiet girl. Now, absolutely not. But then I was shy, timid. You lucky if you heard a peep from me. So I was very confused.
How did they make you prove yourself, if they did?
Well, the only time they felt I kind of proved myself would be like if like my mother didn't get like cornrows or anything like that, and I actually went to school with my natural hair. They was like, oh, I see your texture. Maybe I see the peas in the kitchen. And I'm just like,
Not everybody got peas in their kitchen.
and I'm just like, what is this? Why do I have to go through this? I was like, I just do not understand. And I would just live like day to day just getting bullied until the school got more diverse. And I'm just like, and then everybody kind of seemed more open or just realizing there's different shades. And I'm just like, I don't.
We was horrible as kids. Like me, I was the dark skinned girl with the nice hair. He was like, oh, where you get this texture here from? Like, regardless of it, like me, my sister, all of us, my cousins, when you see all of us, everybody still kind of got like the same kind of hair. They would call it Spanish hair. But like to me, nobody made me prove anything. It was just high school. I was just fighting people. I I didn't
High
give a
school,
damn.
she chose violence.
Nah, they chose violence. They chose violence.
She chose violence, y'all.
They chose violence. I was the dance captain. I think that's how I ended up meeting so many people. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a dance team and we're gonna put everybody together. Then that's when they started to test, like, oh, you're not Caribbean enough. Where you from? And I'm like, I'm not doing this with y'all. Like, what y'all want me to do? Do the butterfly? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Quan, you went through anything like this?
The biggest thing that I went through pretty much would be like, I guess just like name calling.
What they
It's
called
nothing
you?
really that serious. Niggas used to call me a Simpsons character,
Sideshow
Yellow
Bob?
Boy, just
What?
any Simpsons character in general. Niggas call me the Raisin Bran son. Niggas,
I'm sorry, I'm trying not
It's
to
not
laugh.
funny.
It's not funny,
But
but
it is no, but
not
And
the
then-
Raisin Bran son.
Yo,
What?
How you
look.
come up with
they
that?
get creative with
All right,
these
I'm
names.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, it you know, it is what it is, son. And then
They ain't never
in
called you
my-
like I'll be sure, none of that. Like, I could see that I would have did something like that.
I mean, I guess the worst thing that I could say that happens is niggas always see another light skinned person outside of it. Yo, I thought I saw you the other day. And then like they'll show me a picture like, oh, you look like this guy, and then they show me the guy, and I'm like, I do not look like this guy.
Y'all just both
It's
light
just me
skinned.
light skinned. Like that's crazy.
Don't be light skinned with glasses because I look like everybody too did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that before.
And then like, I guess the other thing is just because I'm light skinned and I tell people I'm black, they always assume that I'm mixed with something. So I'm just like, nah, man, I'm just black. Like I don't
Are
know
you?
what to tell you. Nah, it's just.
You know why?
black, so.
It's the light skin with the red beard.
I'm
And the
see
freckles.
now that I have the beard, it's even worse. So like everybody always asks me like, "Yo, man, why you dye your beard?" I'm like, "Nah, son, it grows like this, bro. You think I really had time to sit there and be like, all right, let me dye this side one color,
Nah, I don't have
let me
time.
dye this 2 strands another color, and then fuck around and do this another color over here."
So
Nah,
Nah, I
me
Deidre,
catch
got
my
that kind of time.
so Deidre, you in the middle. You the brown skin one.
Yeah, I'm the middle child at the table, and I can honestly say I have not experienced any of that. But having friends of different shades and colors and stuff, I think I've started to realize other people's plight or see the same situation from their point of view. And to be honest, I used to be a little like ignorant when I started dating. Cause I would be like,
I gotta hear this.
I'm like, oh, I love me some light skinned guys, and da 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 da. And I think that's absolutely fine, but let's get down to the real root of it. Like, why do you feel that way? You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it came to a point where I couldn't really pinpoint why that was. I'm way more open minded now. I date whoever, you know, as long as
Don't say
there's a
whoever.
connection.
Don't say that.
That's what I said. As long as there's a connection. But yeah, I mean, these are, I feel like they're learned behaviors. They really are, because you don't grow up thinking like, oh, nah, this isn't it. I don't like this. Like looking at what you see in the mirror and just be like, oh, that's ugly. I don't like that. It's a societal point of view. It's things that you see in the media, things that you see, you know, that is accepted everywhere else. It's a European standard of beauty that kind of makes us realize like, no, dark skin isn't the way to go. So when I started to, you know, open my mind up a little bit more to those thoughts and those ideas, it kind of like changed my perspective on a lot of it. So I do think like comments like what you said, right? It's such a backhanded compliment. If you got something to say like that, then please don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? That's not a compliment. And I think for some people, they genuinely don't realize that is ignorance. Like they don't realize like, yo, that is not a compliment. So it's a lot of behaviors that we have learned growing up that we have to unlearn.
I feel like the biggest influence to the reason why colorism happening is music. Music is predominantly how we express ourselves. When you go to music videos back in the days from like Uncle Luke to Cisco or anybody, the main girls were always light-skinned girls.
Right.
You'll get a sprinkle of some dark-skinned girls.
Right.
Like you'll see Melissa Ford. You'll see it's a couple, I can't even, let me not even name all of them. But like I would see that and just be like, okay. Like even when you would watch Fresh Prince, nobody really, Ashley was pretty, but everybody paid attention to Hillary.
Right.
Situations like that, or even when you
The
was like,
media.
that's a big thing. So it's like one of my favorite artists. I love him to pieces. Chris Brown. I've not once seen a dark-skinned girl in his video, besides the video that he just did with that one. Yeah, but same thing with Trey Songz. I don't like Trey Songz, so I don't really care. You'll see predominantly they'll have the Spanish girls with the long hair or the light-skinned girls,
Like racially ambiguous women.
Yes.
all the time. Even down to like a lot of the songs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see myself as a video girl, but it's like I'm damn sure not gonna get in line to go try that as well. Neither once you see all of that. Like if I saw you standing online, I'm not even doing it.
Absolutely.
I don't care what level of confidence I got. I'm not doing it. Like for what? She's up here. Did y'all feel like that as well? Like certain things that you saw became that standard of beauty?
Oh, absolutely. Like I wouldn't even just say music because I feel like I missed out a lot on music videos growing up, but definitely like in the media. Like I watch a lot of horror, for example, and I'm gonna give an example from like American Horror Story, like 1984. They were talking about being the final girl, and the final girl always in the horror movie is always like this white girl. She's that's the last person to make it. If you're black in the horror movie, you're the first person to die.
You the first one to go.
You're out. First 15 minutes. If you make it, like if you were lucky, like Kelly Rowland and made it all the way to the end. Don't let me get carried away, but it's just an example. Like you see that in the media, or if you think of some of your favorite comedy shows, like Pam, Gina,
Right. Everybody liked Gina, and I was like, wow.
And Pam was fire.
Okay,
That was. She still is.
Still is, but you would.
I ain't gonna lie, light skin crack the older you get. Look a little crazy. Some of them. Don't listen again. That's a conversation. I'm just saying.
But you know, examples like that were. I feel like it really played a role in like how even I viewed myself at the time, because people would say comments like that, and just the same way you heard things like every type of light, I heard every type of dark. Like you turn the lights out, where you at?
That's not funny, but they
no,
used to
but
say
they
that.
said that.
And I'm like, bruh, what?
And when y'all think that's funny, every type of darkos, you know, my cousins would call me like Sealy. No, I look like a slave. I'm so serious. They thought it was funny. So, huge part of growing up, because it's what you see, it's what you hear, and it's just unfortunately ingrained in society. It's kind of hard to break that narrative because people just see it as normalized at this point. It comes up in conversation in media, you know?
So, Quan, I got a question for you. What's your preference in women?
Ooh, here we go.
I'll just take my juice.
It's always a combo.
Oh man.
Just be careful. Just know that every time I say something, it's calculated. I know what I'm gonna do next.
Of course. I'm walking into a trap, everybody. I just want y'all to know. It's all right. So let me go ahead and step on this booby trap button right here. And the arrows is gonna come from this way. They probably gonna come from over there too.
Let me duck a little bit.
I like my woman chocolate, son. Like yo.
How did you get to that? Like, how many light-skinned girls did you get to before you got to this part of the rainbow? Or was that just always your preference?
That was just always like, I've always liked darker women.
Never dated? Never
I mean,
dated?
I've dated women that have been like my complexion or lighter or whatever the case, but like,
And what happened?
it's pretty even, honestly. Like I date people based on the personality, so it's not just based on like how they look or whatever. But I've had a good amount of like girlfriends or people that I've talked to, whatever, and been involved with who are darker than me.
What about you, Kenna? Cool. Definitely coming for you too.
I mean, I will say, I'm trying to think about it. 'Cause
I know
like,
two of them, so go ahead.
So, at first, like thinking about it now and having this conversation, now I'm trying to figure out if it truly was like skin complexion. Because growing up, I definitely favored Spanish people more, but it was more so of what I grew around, and they were the most desirable. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, because we're not even gonna get there. But I dibbled and dabbled, and like granted, a decent, like all of the Hispanics that I did date were on the lighter. They were like my complexion. Like I haven't seen a darker skinned Hispanic until recently, like growing up and stuff like that, and like diversifying my array of friends. But now it's like I prefer darker skin, but I can't really say it's like due to the complexion. It's just like how you treat me personality wise, and it just it so happened to be that the chocolate men, the darker skinned men, treat me better.
So that's gonna walk me into my next point. So there's certain things that unfortunately our complexions are tied to. Light skinned people are sensitive.
And fuck boys.
Oh, okay. All right.
Forget about that. I heard that a lot growing up. I was like, damn, I don't even know homie.
The skin pose, squint in the eyes. Just,
Oh, don't.
I can't do it properly, obviously.
Yo, they had that pose. A lot of them had that pose. It was hilarious.
Nah, all niggas got that pose now when they get their hair cut. It's over. They all trying to do it. Dark skin men, they say, those are the players. Those are the ones that it's like, okay, they always talking to multiple people at a time. Even though light skin people do too, but light skin men are more sensitive. Y'all heard that before, or that's just me?
You know, I didn't really hear that before, but you know, if I'm going to compare, I would definitely say the light-skinned men that I've been with, granted, we're on the sensitive side. But then it's like, for what they did in a relationship, it's like, you cannot be sensitive, my guy, so what is wrong with you?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to get into that topic because men are just sensitive overall. They just be trying to act like they not, and it's like, bro, you sit down, you right with
feel
me.
attacked.
But you know what I'm trying
The only men at the table, like, damn.
Not even that, because they say like those. Not even that, they say. Not even like a lot of dark skin men. They're more. They consider them to be more aggressive. I have dated that. I've dated a lot, so I can sit and go, no. I can now come to the conclusion to go, y'all all kind of do the same shit.
Yeah.
But why is that a learned behavior or something for us to assume that darker skinned men are more aggressive, you know, compared to light skinned men? Like, why is that?
It doesn't just apply to men though; it applies to women as
Right,
well.
right. That's
But I
right.
also feel
But
as
again, like, where did that come from? Where does that stem from?
I feel like we said earlier, I think it all stems from media, and then like just conversations like this is like you hear it, you see, and then you just start putting your own preferences, or you just try to make that happen, and you put that perspective on that person.
I don't think so with me.
Well,
in a family that's like predominantly half light skin, half dark skin, I can say, nobody kill me for this. Mom, don't kill me for this. A lot of light skinned women do a lot of catering to their men. They're yes men to me. In my family, that's what I've seen a lot. Me, like seeing the dark skin side of my family, we're very aggressive. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, yo, I'm gonna cook, you gonna cook. I'll still cater to you, but I'm also gonna talk back. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. We not finna do this. Like, nah, we gotta figure this out. I'm the person that when we probably go out to eat, I'm ordering your food. Especially if it's a waitress that's coming to us, it's a dub. Don't even talk. Don't breathe. Don't do none of that.
She just trying to do her job.
I don't care.
She only came to welcome y'all to Applebee's.
We damn sure wouldn't be at Applebee's if I had to go that hard. Like that we're not doing it. I love
So
Applebee's.
now I gotta hold the menu and give it to you, babe. This is what I want right
That's
here.
it.
I want
Yes. That's what has to happen. No tomatoes, babe. Make sure. Oh God, and let them cook with tomatoes.
All right, let me fix that. I have been in situations with males where if a guy comes over, I find that a lot of the lighter skinned dudes that I have dated, they're not chivalrous. They're sensitive, but they're not chivalrous. I've dealt with a lot of dark skinned dudes where that they're taking the lead. They're like, okay, she's gonna have this, that, and the third. So that sometimes would be my preference. I'm not gonna lie. My preference right now is just in the middle. Like I can't deal with either side, or I just have to just like you. But in my family, I've seen that a lot amongst the women. Like they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna cater and do everything with to my man. And again, that's me seeing that in a predominantly light skinned family. So I didn't even learn that from media. It was like, okay,
You know, I will say, Ma, you don't watch YouTube, but if you do see this, I'm sorry. But it's like growing up, I definitely seen my mom do things like that, and it would get me tight because I'm like, why are you even tolerate?
yeah.
And then like I feel like at least for me, that's why if anybody thought I was a sensitive catering person, I love you, babe. I'm just saying. No. This is tit for tat. Like this is a partnership. I'm not about to be sitting here hand to foot doing all this other shit. You work, I work. We getting this same thing together. It's none of that. Like granted, there's gender roles and all this other shit that we grew up with. But it's like, nah, at the end
But
of
it's
the day,
about reciprocity.
Like the biggest thing for me that I always said, and I don't care, I'm always gonna base this off my family, my cousins, and everybody else. I always be like, light skinned bitches don't cook. I've been around them. They will Uber Eats the shit out of everything. Me, I'm cooking for you 7, 8, 9, 10 course meals, and my biggest thing is I'm gonna cook for you. I'll never let another bitch feed you. That's cheating. If I don't give a damn. You ate from who?
Uber Eats,
we got a
babe.
problem.
It's just Uber
Nah,
Eats.
I'll cook.
Nails. I'm
Nope.
hungry, B.
Not doing it. Not doing it. Like that was a big thing. Like in my family, I've seen that a lot. Like I ain't really see them do as much as they catered. They really did.
A nigga can't eat though.
From another female.
Oh,
If it's one thing my grandmother told me, don't let your man leave the house hungry and horny. That's a dub. Like it's not happening. We're not doing that.
you got that one.
There we go, Grandma. Right.
I ain't gonna
Kim.
put my 2 cents.
Deidre, anything with that?
I mean, I didn't have a lot of light-skinned people to compare.
I know.
To be honest, I've only dated one light-skinned person in my life, and that was in high school.
Oh, y'all know. I forgot. Y'all all high school friends.
That was the time. Never again have I done that, and it wasn't on purpose. No, like nothing bad about that person.
She said, "Don't like this. Would not recommend."
Note to self.
It never really happened again. I was just never in a situation where I had the opportunity to date somebody lighter than me. It was always somebody darker than me, and even that experience has now.
I knew you was gonna say. You open to that?
I mean, okay, so I feel like in this situation, I was forced to be a little bit more, or felt as though I was forced to be a little bit more aggressive, and that's not really who I am. I want to be soft, okay?
I mean, I ain't got it for you.
And so that is where we differ. Like, I felt as though that was needed more, and that was a little more challenging for me to do. Like, why is the expectation that I have to be this strong black woman that takes everything on, and I could put it all on my shoulders, and I'm strong for you, and I'm holding it in, and I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of the house. Why do I?
But that happens when you don't have a strong black man. Just to talk about that situation, that's a struggling black man. That's all that was.
I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing negative about that.
You ain't gotta say nothing negative. The truth is the truth, and he know I love him. I'm still gonna say it.
You know, just to say, like, I feel like that is usually the narrative for being like, I'm dark skinned African American woman. Like, I have to be this strong person. Sometimes I'm just tired.
I'm tired every day.
You know, like, I don't want to do all of that. I do want to be soft, and like, why is that automatically the expectation from me? I don't want to do that anymore.
I don't know, because all your life you had to fight.
I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired. Next topic.
Deidre, so you don't do she annoying Deidre. So Deidre, you ain't have to do nothing like that. You being in the middle, I mean.
Right, like, honestly, being in the middle of the rainbow, I did not really experience a lot of these things. I feel like, me personally, like I said earlier, I was always like, oh, I like light-skinned guys, but I never really, like, knew why. That was just like a learned behavior. But I didn't date a lot of light-skinned guys at all. So it's like, it's funny to say that this is what I like, but that ain't what I got.
Now, that's what you like, but they may not like you.
That's exactly what happened. But I don't think it had anything to do with like the color of my skin, the shade of my skin, or anything like that. I think that was something else outside of this discussion. So, like, me, I just feel like, for a moment, I feel like a little bit like a fly on the wall, just listening to everyone else's perspective. Because, like, me being in the middle of all of it, I never really had anyone tell me that I was too dark or I was too light for anything. At best, I feel like everyone always wanted to know, like, oh, where you from? You Dominican, you Jamaican, you Trini, you Guyanese, you this, that, and third. And honestly, that's just, like, I think it's natural to be inquisitive or whatever, but I don't know. So I can't relate to a lot of the struggle to say it, and I'm sorry to say it, but I think, you know, like, I didn't really go through a lot of that.
The biggest thing for me was hair.
Yes, that's the thing. That is the thing. I feel like if I can relate to anything, the hair texture was definitely it.
Crying.
What's your hair texture?
Me, I'm more of like a 4C.
What's your hair texture, Kim?
It's at this point locked.
What was it?
It was like somewhere between, depending on the parts of my head, because it wants to be frustrating. So I'm gonna say type 4 because it really did vary. Frustration was a type.
Yo, heavy.
And that's another thing. You can't be light skinned and have like that kinky, coily
like,
texture because they automatically, oh, you don't have nice hair. Right. What do you mix with? Like, what is this? It's nappy, and it's like, it's your natural hair texture. What's the problem?
Don't even get me started, because
that's definitely something that I experienced, because once I started wearing my hair in more natural textures, I realized a lot of people that I got attention from, like whether it's just walking down the street or whatever, I didn't get it anymore. If I decide I'm just gonna walk outside full blown afro, people ask me, you gonna walk outside like that? Your hair not done or whatever. And it's like, that's rude as hell. I just spent 45 minutes laying these edges down so I can have a nice ass top up. You gonna tell me I'm gonna go outside like that? You is rude.
Don't let me go outside with my twist on, a little frizz get to it, yo. Now and then, you know what? And that sucks, because that makes me like not love my natural hair, because it's like, damn, you don't like it, so I should be insecure about it.
So I feel like the whole colorist thing is not something that I necessarily struggled with, but the hair texture thing I can definitely relate to.
Yeah. What's your hair texture, Kenna?
All right. It's
Why
it's
we laughing?
Cause it's legit. Like the center of my head is something different from the crown.
Yes.
Like, all around it's
Yes.
totally
I
different.
understand, yes.
Like so I would say like the center is like maybe 4A, 4B-ish, but here probably like 3C-ish on a good day.
On a good
When-
day.
when they wanna-
gonna
when they
be
wanna
the most
stay down.
difficult thing
No
ever.
humidity.
No, nothing. But like 3C, 4A. So like from 3C to it's crazy.
It's whatever we feel like being that day.
Well,
That's
what's
You
your
know
beard
what?
texture?
You know, I feel y'all struggle because you know every morning when I wake up, like yo, I be trying to like lay my hair down, and my shit just don't be all right.
Okay.
So Quan, being that you, I can't deal. So Quan,
But nah, I can't say I know the texture of my beard, but I do know that like when
what
I
you think he is?
wasn't taking
That gotta
good
be
care
3
of it,
something. Yeah, I know.
there was people like, ooh,
Rough.
it'll touch you, be like, no.
So Quan, you having a daughter who's definitely, I want to say me and Kim complexion.
Yes.
You being lighter. I don't think she's experienced this yet. I think she will. Like times that you have to go up to school for parent-teacher conferences and somebody may be like, hey, that's your dad? You know,
Oh, it's happened already.
it has?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where like her mom's side of the family, like certain people who hadn't met me yet, I would like visit with them with her. So like this is like their first time seeing her, or even like a lot of times like in her neighborhood, like a lot of people see her. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, my daughter's like a celebrity. I don't know how. People be knowing her, they don't even know me. I be walking outside with her. People like, oh hi River, and I'm like, who is this person? Talking to my child, and why she know her name? And River was like, oh hi. I was like, who is this? Like, but yeah, people I've met some of her mom's side of the family, and they're like, wait, this is her dad? Like, because she's brown, like you said, it's like she's between you and Kim's complexion. And look how light I am, mind you. This is me with a tan, so imagine me
in the winter.
in the wintertime. Exactly. So this is not convincing, right?
So I think also her hair texture. My hair texture is not that. Like I probably have the most straightest, curliest, Spanishest hair you're ever gonna fucking see. I like this. I probably had these braids in for 2 weeks. I know they gotta come out. Like by next week, they just gonna start slipping out because my hair is just soft enough for that. How do you, as a father, help her with doing her? I feel like I've seen you do her hair. Or you've helped her with doing her hair. Like, do you feel like you know how to handle that? Do you know how to walk her through that? In case that, you know, predominantly a lot of schools that they go to, they're going to see other people with different type texture hair.
I mean, she goes to a school already now, so like she's around a diverse set of kids, so they all have different hair textures and everything. But like there are books like
That show.
I forget the name of one of them, but it's like it's all about like being a black girl and like having the kind of hair that varies for every black woman that exists. Like,
How do you feel
whether
about
it's-
dating women who wear wigs?
The only thing I'll say about that is if I never see you without a wig, I don't know the real you. Like, it's cool. Like, I can't argue. Like, whenever I ask a woman like why she wears a wig,
You ask
it's
women
always
that?
only people that I'm like super close with. I only ask when y'all be outside in the middle of the summer. Like, damn, I'm sweating. Like, shit.
Take it off.
I need to take this wig
Wipe
off.
your
So that's why I ask like, yo, if you know it's hot, why you wearing the wig?
That's
And,
me
you know,
all the time. I'll take it over and put it right the
Yeah, I
hell
say
there.
it's like, you know, for protective styles or because y'all don't feel like doing your hair for the day or whatever. Whatever the case is, y'all have your different reasons. None of my business, not my hair. It's your business.
Kenna,
Yeah, like, that's it.
perms. You permed your hair a lot growing up. You didn't?
But I definitely wanted one because I thought the straighter hair was desirable. I was like, Mommy, let me get a perm. Mommy,
What
let
about
me
your
get a perm."
sisters?
They never, none of them, my mother did not let us perm our hair. She was like, you're going to love your hair for what it is. And she just did our hair. And like, granted, I'm pretty sure what she wanted for me to have then I have now. But then I just assumed, like, I was like, damn, this lady don't love me?
Right.
It's like, I want a perm. I want straight hair. I want what everybody else has because that seems to be what it is. That seems
It's not all it's cracked up to be. As soon as you walk outside, you walk out looking like one of the Jackson 5. That's why every time you see me, it's a wig. I'll have a bun, my braids, whatever the case may be.
I will say I'm glad that I never did it because it's like I also always wanted thicker hair, but then I realized my hair is more so on the finer side. So if I did get a perm, I'd look sickly and flat. So I appreciate not getting the perm, but it's definitely an uphill battle to like love my hair again after like going through those trials and tribulations of seeing what people wanted or they desired people more so with a specific hair type as well.
Right.
So.
Kim, did you have to do the big chop before you got to this? Because I felt like you had way more than this.
Like almost 3 years ago, I had cut off all my hair. So yeah, I did a big chop, but that was because I had colored my hair. It was purple. I had really damaged my hair, so it kind of needed to go. And I was rocking the tapered cut for a while until I could grow it back. And this has been the wave.
Deidre?
I used to get perms every summer.
Thank you. Somebody who
every summer. So no one else had a perm before, just me?
I had it when I was younger. It wasn't until I met Kim that I took on my natural hair when I worked in the airport. So like now when y'all see like, but my hair is still fine no matter what happens. Whether it's always gonna be straight.
I had perm my hair one time. That's why it all fell out.
You had hair?
That's why it's so low now.
Now I gotta see that picture.
I ain't never had no goddamn hair.
Like what you
What? Nah. Honestly, we used to go on vacation and go down south like every summer. We stay for a month, so you down there it's hot as balls. And my aunt would be like, let's perm my hair. It's easier to take care of it, during the summer months. So I would only get a perm like once a year, and this is from when I was a child. So up until I was like 12, like she had passed away, but I had 2 other aunts, and they were, now trying to scramble to take care of me. I'm about to graduate, and I had 2 perms done within a matter of weeks. Oof. So that damaged my hair really bad. A lot of my hair fell out in the back, so I had to keep it in braids. I haven't touched it since. So my hair has been natural for years. Like, that's a really long time. But yeah. Perms were definitely a wave for a while because it was really desirable, because like I said, learned behaviors, things that are considered beautiful with the media, things that you are reading, things that you are seeing on TV, whatever you're hearing on the radio, whatever you're reading in books, it was desirable. And to be a little black girl, to be able to shake your head and everything, you felt like you was a bad bitch, you know?
Got you.
You felt good as hell to have that, but, like I said before, unlearning those behaviors and, relearning things from another perspective, you start to realize I can still do all these things and still maintain the natural texture of my hair. Yeah. It's just, that was what the standard of beauty was.
So, on this more serious episode that we spoke about colorism and hair texture, I guess the moral of it was that everybody got different views of who they like, what they like. All I'm going to say is dark skin people still winning because this side was ain't no dark skins. Y'all got y'all a couple. I just want to sit down and have this conversation.
So you just wanted to take a win?
That's it.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
As soon as I sat at the table, we won already. We already won for all of
that.
I'm not going to do it. But thank y'all for watching this episode of Brooklyn's Balance.